everyone, I am Natalie. I am a mental health first aider certified through NAMI. So today I just want to talk about how common mental illness really is. So let's look at the numbers and let's work together to stop the stigma. There's absolutely no reason that people should have different feelings towards someone who has a diagnosed mental illness. I have some really great comparisons from makeitokay.org, and that just really put it into perspective for me, and I really wanted to share that information for you. Please subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see any more videos like this, and I will work to find more information. I've got a whole notebook here that I'm looking at that I can give you information from, and I can also find more information as well. Our job as mental health first aiders is to get people to the help. So we work to increase our noticing skills, we work to build relationships with people, and we work to get people that we feel need help to the help. We don't need to be the ones that provide the help. We don't need to make their mental illness stop. It is just our job to help them get to someone who can help them manage it. So let's just look at the beginning. How many people on average have a mental illness? 1 in 4 people. That is an alarming high number. That means if you don't have a mental illness, your sibling or your parent or your grandparent does. That's just 1 in 4. In the age group that I'm in, the age group that college students and upper high school students are in, 18 to 24-year-olds are 1 in 3. That is very high. That means if you have 2 other friends in college, one of you statistically will have a mental illness. Mental illness on campus, on college campuses or high school campuses, are typically more severe or complex because of the different emotional difficulties that they may be facing. 1 in 8 undergraduates seek counseling. Now that's a good thing. We want people to seek counseling. People don't necessarily like to share their feelings, and we can work to stop that stigma around having difficult or feelings that we don't necessarily want to share. Some of the contributors are stress, substance abuse, and sleep loss. Now, these 3 things are something super big in colleges. Substance abuse is something that plays a big role in the college experience. But let me tell you, I haven't done anything like that, and I've had a wonderful college experience. And a lot of people are in the same boat as me. Stress is very common, and it's not a bad thing to be a little bit stressed. But what it is a bad thing to do is not take care of that stress. There's a lot of self-help techniques that you can use. And sleep loss. It is very important that we get enough sleep, and we need to prioritize that. If you stay up late studying for an exam, it's actually hurting you, because when you don't get the appropriate amount of sleep, your brain cannot function the way that it should. 1 in 4 is more common than people with tattoos. Think about that. Think of how many people have tattoos. That is 1 in 7 people. It is more common than left-handed people. That is 1 in 7 as well. It is just as common as a cesarean section birth. And it is just as common as an iPhone user. Now that one really put it into perspective for me. Everywhere you look, someone's using an iPhone. Everywhere you look, someone has a mental illness. It's just invisible. But sometimes, and most of the time, it is not invisible. We need to work to increase our noticing skills so that we can notice that just as well as we notice someone using an iPhone. It is more common than having a gray car. Having a gray car is 1 in 6 statistically. Now, 1 in 17 people currently have a serious mental illness. 1 in 17 people reportedly have a serious mental illness. 24% of women report a mental illness, and only 15.6% of men report a mental illness. Now, that doesn't mean that men don't have mental illnesses outside of that 15.6%. What it means is they don't report it. What we can do is we can stop that stigma so that people don't have to feel worried that their friends or family or colleagues will think differently of them. Here are some things that we can say versus things we shouldn't say. Things that we should say are, thank you for opening up if someone says something to you. How can I help? I'm sorry, that must be tough. I am here when you need me. Sometimes just telling someone that you are right there helps significantly. Can I drive you to an appointment? That ensures to you that that person is actually going and that you are doing the very most you can. Sit in that waiting room if they want you to. It is worth your time. It is worth their life. Some things that you shouldn't say are, it could be worse. Comparing is absolutely not helpful. Every single person gets to decide what trauma is to them. They don't get to decide what trauma is to other people. Don't say, snap out of it. Don't say, everyone feels that way sometimes. Validate feelings. It is our job to validate every feeling. Whether it is a big feeling to us, to that person at that time, it is a big feeling to them. We've all been there. That is not helpful. We can help someone in very many other ways than saying, we have all been there. And do not say, pull yourself together, or try thinking happy thoughts. We can remind people of happy times in their lives, but just thinking of a happy thought isn't going to help anyone. Now, looking at those statistics, we can decide what we want to do with that. We can keep those thoughts in the back of our mind, or we can work. We can work together to increase our noticing skills to approach someone. Now, when you approach someone in emotional distress, there's going to be a couple things that you need to say. And those things are hard to say. If you think someone is giving off cues or anything like that, you need to ask, are you planning to kill yourself? And that's hard. So I want you to say that out loud with me right now. Let's say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Are you planning to kill yourself? Now, if that person does not give you a definite no, you need to keep asking. And it's going to be hard, but it's so important. It could save their life. If they do not give you a definite no, you need to ask, do you have a plan? If someone has a plan, they are statistically much more likely to complete that. Now, if they give you a definite no, there are many different things that you can help with. That doesn't mean that you can walk away. I hope you learned something today, and I hope that we together, we can work to stop this stigma. Again, if you would like to hear more videos or learn more about this, please let me know and I will work to do that. Thank you.